Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight, here's another episode of Cooking with Ashley Bree. So, we're cooking chicken and shrimp carbonara. If you want to know how to make it, continue to watch. Alright you guys, we're going to first start off by filling our boiler up with water. This is about 5 to 6 cups of water. I'm then going to add my pink Himalayan sea salt to the water. When my noodles boil, this will only help enhance the flavor. As you can see, I'm going to be using about a half a box of noodles for this. I'm just going to set them to the side and begin to grease my pan for my chicken. I'm going to be using olive oil for this. Feel free to use any oil that you like. I just like to cook with olive oil. I'm now going to add my pre-washed chicken to the plate. I am going to be using about 8 tenderloins for this. Let's be sure to wipe down our cutting board prior to use. We don't want to risk any germs. And now I'm just going to slightly chop up my tenderloins. I do this prior to cooking because it's just a lot easier to separate after the chicken is finished if you go ahead and pre-chop your tenderloins. I'm now going to go in with my seasoning. This is garlic habanero seasoning, and I'm going to lightly season the chicken. You don't have to season it very much due to the fact that this recipe has a lot of flavor built in. And now I'm just going to add the chicken to the pan to begin cooking. Now this part is very important. After you have chopped your chicken up on your cutting board, please sanitize it. We don't have time for any illnesses. I'm next going to go in with a red bell pepper, and I'm going to first chop it in half and then begin to slice it into smaller sections for this recipe. You don't have to slice them up very small. I do kind of leave mine long for this recipe. I do like the bulkiness that it adds to this recipe. After cutting the entire bell pepper, the chicken is now finished. So I'm going to move that to a plate. Now I didn't cook the chicken very long. I just cooked it until it was slightly done because it is going to also cook a little bit longer in the oven. So you don't want your chicken to cook really hard during this first portion. Now that the water has started to boil, I'm now going to add in my noodles. Notice I do not break my noodles in half for this. I just allow them to just melt down as they go. I am going to add about a tablespoon of butter just to be sure that my noodles do not stick as they are cooking. I'm now going to cook up about 6 slices of bacon. This bacon will be used to go in my sauce a little bit later. I'm just going to be breaking it up into pieces. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start making my sauce for this dish. In this pot, I have already added milk as well as heavy whipping cream. As you can see, I'm also adding butter. Depending on how large of a dish that you're making, you may need more or less. I'm then going to season with garlic salt, and I also went ahead and added parsley, oregano, red peppers, as well as salt to this dish. Then you also want to be sure to add your chopped bacon that was cooked, and then go in with Parmesan and mozzarella cheese. Now that the sauce has been made, we're just going to let that simmer on low and then begin to put together our dish. As you can see, I have a larger pan, and I'm also going to add in the shrimp, and I'm going to let them cook until they are slightly pink. Now I like my pasta to have a lot of flavor. So in this little container is bacon grease. Yes, I use bacon grease in a lot of my food, but for this dish it definitely adds that extra kick of flavor that you want to taste. So I just let my shrimp and chicken kind of saute in this grease just to add that extra flavor. So be sure to do that if you have some. I'm now going to go ahead and add the red peppers and let them cook a little bit with the shrimp and chicken. By now, your sauce should have thickened up a bit. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add that in the pan with the chicken and shrimp. I'm just going to stir that in really well, and then I'm going to actually let that simmer a little bit longer so that the sauce can just marinate into all of those ingredients. Here is just a close-up of the pasta, well, the sauce and chicken. I have not yet added the pasta. I'm just giving this time to all cook together. And it looks really good, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and add in the pasta now. And then we're going to just mix it all together. Look at Amaria back there. She's playing with the things that I told her not to play with too. But yeah, so look at this pasta, you guys. I mean, it looks delicious. Delicious. And trust me, it tastes even better than it looks. Probably better than the Olive Garden version. Now, although the pasta has finished cooking, I am going to take that extra step and add all the pasta into a casserole dish. I'm going to bake the casserole for about 10 to 15 minutes just to kind of let things marinate. I'm going to top it with mozzarella cheese, and I'm also going to be adding Parmesan cheese. Now, who doesn't like cheese with a pasta dish? So as you can see, I'm covering the pasta really well with the top layer of cheese, mixture of both. And I'm going to then add it to the oven to let the cheese just kind of get brown on top a little bit and melt really well. So as you can see, it's already starting to melt a little bit, but not to my liking. I like to let mine melt a little bit more. Just like this, the pasta dish is now done. As you can see, it is bubbling with cheese. And oh my gosh, I'm ready to dig in. So we're gonna do just that. With the help of Amaria, she's going to help me add some pasta to the bowl. And as you can see, it is very hot and juicy. My favorite word. So, I mean, you guys, it looks good, but let's just see how it tastes. Today we have Amaria.
Yeah.
Ready?
Nice.
Amaria. Is it good? It's good, Mama. Yes. From the looks of it, this dish was a success. So thank you guys for watching, and again, like, comment, and subscribe.